Volkswagen 1969 Ghia, just as we brought it home last night. It's going to be our new project, and we're going to get the motor in it, get the batteries in it, get the controller in it. We're going to test a couple controllers with the car, and we're going to proceed with doing some body modifications and body work and paint and all that good stuff. But for now, I just wanted to show off the car as it is. It is a solid car. Areas of major rust where most of these cars are rusted out is around the headlights, fenders, rockers, pan, or chassis, and a lot of different places on the Volkswagen. And this one is a good solid little car. A couple little tiny spots, but not in the usual areas, easily dealt with. So we're pleased with the acquisition for our next project, and we hope to show you a whole bunch of stuff. It's got a lot of room for batteries. It's a cool little car. I've done one before. This will be my second Ghia conversion. I think we're gonna try and put in the Kostov 11, our 10 3/4 interpole motor, and the Rebirth Auto adapter plate, the one that's actually going to end up in the bus. And this way we get a chance to test it and play with it and do all that kind of stuff, because the bus has got a lot of work still to do, and it's going to be going away for a while for body work and paint. This one here is going to get a roll-on paint job, and we're going to play with that and see how well we can get that to work. That's a whole different part of the project, but we'll include it. We're going to bring the video to everybody to see and watch the progress. So this is day one. We brought it home last night in the dark. Parked it here last night. It's still on the trailer. Gone through and checked a few things out. We need a few things. It has had one repaint on it, but it was done okay, and it's old. It's been on this car for quite a long time. And before the repaint, there had been a little bit of nose damage, but very slight. Most of these usually have a lot of nasty damage underneath, and it's just slathered with Bondo. This one here, very, very slight. You can see it from the backside, but we're not going to go into detail on that little bit here. Cars do get dinged and things need to be fixed, so that's just part of the life of the car. So we're going to change its life. We're going to give it some electric power, and we're going to get this thing on the road. It is a heavy car comparative to the kit cars, which are all fiberglass. This is an all steel body car, but should do just fine. We've got plenty of room behind the seats and in the back luggage area and up front for batteries. I think we're not going to lower it too much. Might go a little bit, maybe not. And I'd like to see about putting belly pads on this thing. Kind of like what was done on a couple Speedsters and Porsches and a few other vehicles. See how well that works to keep batteries out of the compartment, passenger compartment, so we can put people in the back if we want to, or put our luggage and groceries and all that kind of stuff, keep it kind of nice and tidy. So we do have room in the far back, in the engine compartment. Plenty of room up here in the front, and we'll take a few pictures and we'll show you how much room we have. Fuel tank is still in it. I haven't taken it out, but fuel tank offers a fairly large area. So does the area where the spare tire goes. With my 100 amp hour cells, we could probably get 6 or 7 lined up in front here. We could probably do a similar amount in the fuel tank area and a few more up in this upper area here. And we got a whole pan to to work with and make a shallow pan and cover the whole bottom with some batteries. 900 amp hours, so they won't be big and they won't be deep. And I think it'll work in maybe a small battery boxes in the back by the motor, underneath to hide a few. And we'll probably have these cells laying on their side, not standing up, except maybe up here in the front we'll have a few standing up, but the rest of them will probably be set up on their side. But we want you to be involved, at least being able to watch the process. I do work full time, so it's not going to be a super fast, but we are going to hopefully get it rolling fast, probably within the next week or two. That's my goal. It's good and solid. It's not rusted around the window frame, not even a little bit. A lot of these cars are just nasty rust around these areas here. So we'll get some new interior parts too, new dash pad, all that good stuff, and make it a nice, pretty little car. But when we're done, I think we'll keep the overriders on the bumpers since we have them. It is part of the car. It is the last year of the small tail lights on the Ghia before they went to the little bit larger tail light, and then a little bit later they went to the big fat ones, which I don't really like. But main body style stayed the same. I think 1970 is the last year of the old style bumpers too, which I like. I like the design of that. So we've got an original emblem up here, which is normally a hard to find item. It's got the original black plates. Just rubber seals, got to replace the rubber seals, things like that around on the car. That's easy. Our main goal is to get it running. We'll get it running simply. We're not going to have any complex systems in the car. No BMS, none of that stuff. So we'll use the charger and all that kind of stuff. And one of my controllers has some cutback functions for reverse and all that stuff as well. So we might be able to do a setup where if we get into a low voltage mode, we can get it to automatically kick into a valet mode, cutback mode, protect the batteries. Probably a little bit more accurate than the controller, but the controller does a pretty damn good job. Anyway, let me show you. We believe the car is a California car. So down in this zone here is where the spare tire normally goes. And there's room there maybe for 8 wide. Put a small little shelf on top of these across, and have a nice little shelf there, and bring some batteries up to the height of the bottom of the fuel tank here. And then we have the fuel tank. Fuel tank is a fairly large area. There are some components in the way underneath that would prevent putting a lot of batteries, but there's a few places under here from about halfway here over, which is deep enough to put a lot of batteries. And just overall, it's fairly deep in here. A good hand width. Haven't measured it yet, but we'll do a lot of measuring and all that kind of stuff. So there's an original nose emblem, all that stuff, but around the headlights, it's nice and clean. The car itself is a little dirty, of course. It is how we brought it home. So dash is intact. It's not been cut. Needs a bit of work. Might have to buy a few pieces, like maybe a new glove box door or do something here, because that's kind of mucky there. Got to clean this all up here. We're going to get some new gauges. May even put gauges where the old radio was at. Not sure. Basically, the car's not rusted out. Door's actually shut nicely. So couple dirty spots inside, you know, but normally I'll up underneath is just normally totally rotted away. Might be a couple little issues here that I'm not seeing, but probably pretty minor. So there's a look underneath the beast. All that nice flat area for batteries under there. A lot of times there's a lot of rust down under there. Little rubber seal normally goes in the hole. There's actually a couple coins up in there that actually fell in behind from the back seat. Areas like behind the wheels, up underneath, are normally just totally rotted away. Literally rotted away to where it's just nothing but hole. So all this underneath part here is good. It's not all trashed for the old car that it is. It's actually pretty decent here. Volkswagen Carmen Ghia, and this emblem here is on properly. It has all of its components to hold it in place, as does this one here. Original black plates. YTJ 503, Stockton, California. You can see the different colors of paint that was used. One's a darker, kind of a more maroon type paint. I hate maroon. They painted the rubber, all that stuff, so it was a fairly cheap toss-on paint job. Probably one of those Earl Scheib, I'll paint any car for $19.95. Again, inside, it's got the side piece in here. But you're seeing it as I'm seeing it for the first time. Just got to clean it all up. It's not rusted out all over the place. Now there is one small rust hole right in here. Looks like I got a little crack right there. I'm not going to worry about that too much. We can find donor pieces. Need the piece that fits in here. Anyway, need the lot of sun. So bumpers again in the back. Bumpers front and back are excellent shape. They're straight, they're clean, and that's what I like. Somebody did try and do a little bit of Bondo. For what, we don't know. It's not, whatever's there isn't deep. It's just little dinky things here. Same with right there above the door handle. Hood is good, and a tiny little piece of Bondo here, and then kind of covered up. Checked from the back side. There isn't even a dent in the back side that you can feel. So anyway, this is a quick overview of the car. 1969 Ghia, dry, what they'd call a dry, pretty much rust-free California car. And this is the ideal base if you're looking to do some work yourself. This is the kind of stuff that people pick up and dump 20 grand into and make a 30 grand car. And they start with a nice solid base. It's hard to find. Flap for the fuel. Looks like it's bent, but we can get flaps. That's a minor part. The little piece that lifts to pop it up still works. Regular gas, and got a little flapper here, and we can put a J1776 inside of this guy. We can even have a nice little cover, extra protective cover for it. Goes on nice. It does shift, it does steer, it rolls really good for what it is. And again, the other door, unlock it, opens it up, got all your different labels and all that good stuff. That one shuts pretty good too. Get some new seals around it will help a whole bunch. The last 3 Ghias that I had, the doors were sloppy. They didn't shut good. They did shut, but they didn't shut good. So anyway, I think this is what we're going to use for our next project. I was given another steering wheel, but we're going to go with the stock one. Going to get an aftermarket wheel itself, but the steering column we're going to stick with. But I do have a spare if I need it. And we'll keep the original wheel. Original wheels are hard to come by in any decent shape, and I have 2 of them. So there we have it.